Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. I feel like I've been boring these last few weeks. I've just been in the office, but hopefully once the weather gets a little bit nicer, Ryan and I will be out and around town shooting on location. But we're back in the office this week. First, I hope everyone had a great President's Day. It's funny, growing up as a kid here in Newburyport, again, I'm a huge history buff, right? So what better place to grow up than Newburyport, right? But I was obsessed with like biographies as a kid. Like those were the things like I would read. Especially like there was this kids series. It was like Meet George Washington or Meet Thomas Jefferson. And those books I just ate up as I was a kid. So I grew up with like just loving history, loving our presidents. I mean, I used to love going to the Hall of Presidents at Disney World when I went in hearing directly from the presidents. So I had some big ones when I was a kid. George Washington obviously was a favorite, Thomas Jefferson, Abe Lincoln, and JFK, right? Those are probably a lot of people's favorites, but those are always the presidents that fascinated me. So anyways, I hope everyone had a great President's Day. What else is going on? It's school vacation week. So if you're away this week, I hope you're enjoying time away, whether you're skiing or down the islands, or I know people who are all over the place. My family and I were able to sneak up to New Hampshire for a couple days, which was nice. We went up Sunday, skied at Mount Attitash on Monday. I've skied twice in like 35 years. So 4 years ago, I skied for the first time in a long time at Bretton Woods. And so this year, I skied with the family on Monday. City Hall was closed because of the holiday, so I skied all day with the family, and I did great. I didn't fall. We had a fun day. It wasn't too cold. And then I came home to go to work, and then they stayed for a couple days. They did a Wildcat and Attitash, but they had a good time. So everyone's home now. And now this weekend, we've got like crazy sports going on. So I got my one daughter who's got a volleyball tournament in Boston all weekend. And then my other daughter, I have to drive down to Long Island, New York for a soccer showcase on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's what my weekend's gonna be. What else is going on in the city? I will say it has been pretty quiet here at City Hall this week. And it's funny, not everyone obviously has school-age children, right? But it's amazing how much the city quiets down when schools are not in session for a vacation like this, because a lot of people get out of town, and we have a lot of employees that work for our schools, about 500 that work for our schools. So when they're not around either, it definitely impacts what's going on in the city. So what's going on in the city right now? So coming up next in a couple weeks, we have the Rec Center at 59 Low Street. That discussion is going to happen at the City Council Community Services Subcommittee meeting. That's happening March 4th, all right? So that's actually a week from Tuesday. That will happen here at City Hall. So add that on your calendar. This will be kind of the second public meeting around the Rec Center. And what the biggest thing that we're trying to do now that the planning is where it is, and we've submitted it to the council to be talked about. We're not making a zoning request change yet. We're not making a bond request yet, even though we are providing the estimates that we got. But now on the city side, we're really trying to get creative about some of the funding pieces. And if we can get some of those in place, would that be a plan that the city council can get behind if we're finding some of these additional funding resources? So that's what we're doing behind the scenes. But we are really excited about this Rec Center project. I do think this has been my #1 goal since taking office. So here we are. I'm in year 3, and I'm really hopeful that we can get this done this spring and get moving on this project because I just think it's something that's going to benefit the whole city. All right. What's up? What else is going on? So there's actually a meeting coming up next Thursday, right? So February 29th. It's going to take place at City Hall Auditorium at 5 p.m. And it's a public meeting with MEVA, all right? Now, MEVA is the old MRVTA, Merrimack Valley or Regional Transit Authority. So they go by MEVA now, right? So they're having a meeting because they'd like to tweak the bus routes a little bit. And I think, first of all, MEVA's been a great partner with the city since I've taken office. They're just always willing to talk about different bus routes and how can we work with you to help support your residents in the best way we can. They did change some bus routes last year and they've rolled them out. So now this is kind of, seeing that those bus routes in effect for now just about a whole year, are there tweaks that can be made? And they do have some ideas. I think we definitely saw they were impacting some different neighborhoods, whether it be up by the hospital or connecting between Merrimack Street and High Street. So that's a public meeting. So if you have strong opinions about the bus and the bus routes and where you think they should be, please come to that meeting. MEVA is very open to hearing either criticism or praise or ideas. Like they want to be collaborative in this process. So again, that's next Thursday, February 29th at City Hall Auditorium at 5 p.m. So you should definitely check out that meeting. I go, what's difficult with the buses too, again, you want to offer these things to residents, but like how do we get more people to take the bus too? Because I think that part of the problem is we see these buses circulate through the city throughout the day, and more times than not, there's not a ton of people on them. So how do we take advantage of this free service that's being offered to residents right now? And how do we do it in an impactful way that can really benefit the most people in the city? So again, come to that meeting, let your voice be heard. What else is going on? I do just want to say just a very, very quick Whittier update. Not a whole lot has happened the last couple of weeks, but I did reach out to the 11 cities and towns, or the 10 other cities and towns that feed into Whittier, and I reached out to them about this Whittier task force idea. So I am working on setting up that very first meeting. I envision around like 22 people on this task force, and this would be all the town leaders, so town administrators, town managers, and mayors is one part of that. And then I'd like to have a select board person or a city councilor from each community on this task force as well, because whatever this task force comes up with is going to have to be voted on by each of the select boards and city councils. So I do think they need to be involved and be able to communicate to their other members, what the conversations have been like, why are we moving in this direction, what are we talking about? And again, I think that first thing that we're going to talk about in that first meeting is really around the regional agreement. And do we all feel that there are opportunities in there that could benefit each of the cities and towns? And so that'll be the first conversation. So I'll keep you updated in that, but we're looking to try to set up that meeting in the next couple weeks. And again, that'll be the first meeting of that Whittier task force. So we're excited about that. And just to reemphasize what else is going on with Whittier, we have been told that there will be no capital asked this year from Whittier. So our assessments, now that we're approaching budget season, should be about the same. Which is good news, right? Because I think, one of the fears with the vote was that we were going to start getting these big bills for things. That's not going to happen this year. They're really, I think, going to take their time and look strategically about what can be done with that building and how we can lessen the impact on cities and towns. So we're excited about that. And I think this Whittier task force could become a partner with the Whittier administration about what's that future capital planning look like. So that's where we are with that. This is just looking ahead a little bit, right? So, we're in winter. I'm looking ahead at the 10-day forecast. It looks like it gets up to 58 a couple days next week. So we're pretty good as far as storms right now, right? And we've had a pretty mild winter. So that looks like that's going to continue now in the short term. So if you're looking ahead at all to spring, the yard waste facility, we do have an opening day, and I'm not going to say much about it. It's April 2nd. Right, so April 2nd will be the yard waste facility opening day, but we still got a little bit of time here. But I wanted to give everybody a heads up that that's already been planned. Colby Farm Lane Recycling Center. This is another thing I don't talk about a lot, but I just want people to know that is open, right, the first Saturday of every month from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. All right, so mark it on your calendars if you got stuff that you want to recycle. Again, they won't take paints and chemicals, but it's open every Saturday. The first Saturday of every month. Open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So I wanted to get that back out there too. What else is going on? We've put a lot of information out there around boards and commissions. Again, these are just wonderful ways to get involved in your city. We have a new batch that was released a couple weeks ago. So if you're someone who's looking to give back to the city and wants to put your time and your expertise to good use, please check out the city website, cityofnewburyport.com, and you'll see a communication in there under city news around boards and commissions, and you'll see kind of the latest list. If you look at that list and nothing really catches your eye, but you still want to be on the lookout, please send in your letter of interest saying that you want to get involved. You can say it right to the mayor's office. Letter of interest and resume, and then we'll keep that on file because I have a stack of people that I'm trying to find just the right fit for. On these boards and commissions. So if you're somebody that doesn't see something right now, but you want us to keep you in mind for later, we can certainly do that because it's just a great opportunity to stay involved. And again, it's one of the great things I get to do as mayor is get different people involved because I do think unfortunately sometimes you get into this pattern of the same people just getting reappointed year after year. In some boards that's okay, and other boards it's good to get some new people on there too. And like I said, I'm only guaranteed to be here now less than 2 years, so I definitely would like to take that opportunity to get as many people involved with city government as I can. So check out the list for boards and commissions. And finally, it's finally here next Wednesday, February 28th, 7 p.m. upstairs here at City Hall. We're going to have the State of the City address, and I am excited about this. Again, I did my first one last year. It was really well attended and well received. We're looking forward to this year. There's so many things that we want to highlight, things that have been going on in the city that you might not be aware of, or things that you're very aware of, like all the different projects we currently have going on in the city. But highlight what we've been doing, and then look ahead to what's to come. This third year of my first term as mayor. So we're excited about that. And then after we finish, just to highlight again, Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll will be here. She will be speaking. We're excited about that. You'll hear from our City Council President, Ed Cameron. And then also in attendance, our State Auditor, Diana Zoglio, was one of many different elected officials and dignitaries that we're going to have here that night. But the really great part, after we do all that and get people excited about the state of our city and where we're going and what we're doing, we're going to have the second annual Public and Community Service Awards. And I got to tell you, we've notified the finalists for these awards, and we've got a really fantastic group of individuals that have given so much of themselves to Newburyport in many different ways. And we're excited to highlight that because it's one of the biggest things I love doing since taking office, and it was such a big part of my campaign, is talking about community service and how we give back to our city and how do we make Newburyport the best it can be, and how do we help those people that need it the most. All those things are wrapped up in these Public and Community Service Awards. So again, 7 p.m. next Wednesday here at City Hall. I hope you can all be here. It's open, it's free and open to the public. And again, come and pack the house because there's a lot of great things that's going to happen that night. And that's my Mayor's Corner. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of this week, and I hope to see you at City Hall on February 28th for the State of the City Address. Take care.